So the Diddy baby oil was laced with GHB, allegedly, one lawsuit is saying. I haven't heard about GHB in years, but I remember it was a popular known substance that some cats were doing back in the day, and it was like a running gag. But apparently, with the baby oil, the way things are going, you can mix it in so well that you can't almost detect it. So allegedly, this stuff was going on. Now, see, the problem I have with this about the Diddy parties and all the stuff that's going on, there are people that knew stuff. They just haven't said nothing. They knew what was going on. They were saying that this was going on and the different ingredients. Putting stuff in drinks ain't nothing new. Bill Cosby used to talk about it on stage all the time. There was no shame in it. As a matter of fact, in some places, it wasn't until that they started to outlaw where it became more, but it was like a known thing for a long time, you know. But it's something that's gone on at these parties for years. Cosby would say it on record, on tape. No one said nothing. So you got to imagine what these parties were going on through these different places in entertainment where people do stuff and then things happen, you know. But it's very telling that, that this is something that has been detected, that these different effects have come out. How long did people know? You know, how long did, this kind of thing go down where people were noticing a certain reaction? It's almost like a voltage that went through them. It's like it triggered them. What got them like that? What was it like? But see, this is the problem. You can call him a gatekeeper or you can say he was involved with this. But you see, for it to have him to concoct something like that, there had to have been other people that were involved in it who showed him the way. Who showed him the way? Who were the big wigs that said, you want control, you got to do this? Who was that? And you got to wonder, why would you risk a so-called billion-dollar enterprise and a business to do that? And how did it get to be so extreme? And how people knew, and then you could go and do the layering of it and how it could just unfold like that. There had to be other heads involved and other seas of webs to see it for a long time. Had to be. Had to be something that was just so elaborate that no one could really pinpoint it. And how it traveled all over. And who went to Costco or somewhere to get the baby oil? How did they make that thing? There's a chemist to this. There's a science to this. Now he's sick. If Diddy's a sick dude, but it's like a chemist to this. This is on some minister society cooking up your product and it's like, who came up with this concept? Who came up with the concept? But the more importantly is, why was he dumb enough to still have it there on his property? And how did it just go so where you're just like, it's there? And then you concoct the two. It just gets more and more bizarre and stranger by the moment. But yet, it's a lot more detail and more going on to it than you can imagine. So do we ever get to the truth of it? Do we really even know? It's just so much. But there had to be a mad scientist that concocted it, that did it in such an elaborate way that you could also do it with ice cubes that you can manipulate and it dissolves. There's just so many unanswered questions on it. We will never know. That we do know that Diddy was the mad scientist, but how more elaborate was it? And what all did it mean? That is the $64,000 question. But yeah, apparently some of the lawsuit says it was some GHB in there. So we're going to see what all turns out. There's bound to be more. I've been hearing about horse tranquilizers and stuff like that too. So we don't. His case is gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. But I want to know who the scientist was that put it together and all the people, because there's still a lot more brainiacs behind it in a twisted, sick way. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit of if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay real, stay focused, stay woke. I'm out one time. Peace.